I'm going to react to Architectural Digest Sofia Vergara's mansion tour. So when you buy your mansion, you won't make the same mistakes. Let's go.
Bienvenidos a mi casa, 𝗖𝗕𝗃. Good to see you.
Hola, ¿qué tal?
This is my dining room, my formal dining room. It's one of my favorite rooms in the house.
All right, before we get into the actual mansion tour, what you should know is that this house is located in Beverly Park, one of the most coveted, expensive, mega mansions only gated communities in Los Angeles. Some of the very famous people who live here or have lived here are Justin Bieber, Denzel Washington, Mark Wahlberg, Rod Stewart, the royal Saudi family, Steve Harvey, Samuel Jackson, Sylvester Stallone, which he sold his house to Adele, Eddie Murphy, just to name a few. It has two different HOAs, Beverly Park North, where this property is at, and the smaller Beverly Park South part. What's fascinating is that just like Gulliver's Travel voyage to Lilliput, where they were fighting over which side of the egg you have to open to eat it, these two communities went through a huge 5-year lawsuit with each other. It all started when the residents of South Beverly Park sued the North Beverly Park HOA after the North blocked their access to the gate and had to take a 7-mile detour for the maintenance people, their staff, to be able to get to the property. After a 5-year legal battle, the South won the case and they won an $826,000 judgment, which explains why the HOA of the North is twice as expensive than the South.
This amazing ceiling, it's all hand painted, and it brought this room to life.
All right, I'm getting really shabby chic vibes, which is definitely not in LA right now. It's not popular. It was popular maybe 10, 15 years ago. And this is a Mediterranean house, right? Now, I have to say, it's very well executed, right? The color palettes, look at this. Very balanced, not super busy, but the mirrors, the chandelier, all that stuff give that shabby chic vibe, which is, again, not popular whatsoever in today's market.
I love 𝗕𝗓𝗄𝗕 China. One of the most important things in entertaining is putting a lot of effort in the details.
I like how she says China like Trump. China.
China.
Another super important room is the kitchen. I'm Latin, so we love entertaining.
My first verdict: the island is pretty freaking small, but the ratio is good. The proportions are just right. The volume is okay. The distance between the counter and the island is very proper. But then again, it's all white. I'm getting a beach house vibe over here, not Mediterranean whatsoever.
And we're always here. It's hard to take the people out of the kitchen, even though I made most of the room very comfortable. That was the idea. But unfortunately, people still don't want to leave the kitchen.
Did you hear what she just said? She admitted to a major flaw of the property. She spent millions on this renovation, and this is a massive mansion. And it has many different living areas. And everyone still comes over here. Let's find out why. See if you can spot it.
I love the counter, the white awnings.
That's going to stain very fast.
This magnificent stove is 𝗕𝗏 Cornue. I don't know anything at all about it because I do not cook.
Well, that was an easy decision because the stove came with the property when she bought it.
I only care that it looks amazing.
All right, I'm going to pause it. See if you can spot the flaw. Why are people going to the kitchen and not to the family room?
Here we are at the family room, and way in the back is the formal living room. I love it because they all open to the backyard, which is my favorite thing.
That's super important. This is California, and these lots are huge and they're super flat. It's very important that both of them are opening up to the backyard. Great choice.
It's also perfect that this room opens to the second floor where all the guest rooms are. So every time something is happening, everybody can check out that they're not missing on stuff.
Wait a minute. Everyone's going to be in the kitchen. But did you spot the flaw? I'm again getting very much so Hampton Beach vibes over here. You see, this design is so sterilized that it doesn't even look Mediterranean on the inside. And that is a big mistake because Mediterranean homes have a traditional layout. So if you don't give each room its own character and identity, no one's going to spend time in them. That doesn't mean that you have to go dark walls like a lot of Mediterranean homes. You can go white walls just like she has, but I still want to see those natural texture and elements like wood beams, Spanish tiles, terracotta floors, brick ceilings, And then you go with transitional decor and you bring that pop, that vivid hue with furniture and art. And then you tie it up with Mediterranean plants like banana leaf. And then you get that relaxed resort feel, vibe, and energy that it's warm, relaxing, and happy. Look at this backyard. This is what Beverly Park is all about. Humongous backyard, amazing frontage, great approach.
So when I found this house, it was horrific. It was like a castle in Transylvania.
It was actually a very heavily accented Mediterranean home. Dark on the outside. She's actually painted it off-white, made it more Spanish. I really like that. The problem is, you know, you're pretty far away from the beach over here. The style is Mediterranean. It just doesn't really go. And she admitted herself, the rooms don't feel that character, vibe, and energy for people to want to hang out there. Where Mediterranean's home could really deliver that character if executed right. I will show you guys how you can do that.
This outdoor area is an extension of the house, which is, to me, the most special place in the house because of the energy, the colors.
See, this is what I'm talking about. Look at that exterior, very clean. What I would do slightly different to just give it a little bit more authenticity, maybe a couple fixed window shutters to just bring that, you know, kind of a Spanish Mediterranean vibe. A little bit of an accent could really take it to the next level, but overall, it looks excellent.
I bring my lunch in here. I bring my friends, meetings.
This was a huge missed opportunity. Do you see this beautiful vaulted ceiling in the patio? This element also existed in the formal living space. Here's a picture of how the house looked like before she bought it. She took away this Mediterranean architectural element, like all this stonework, this arch, and this column, and didn't replace it with anything. What I would have suggested is use this ceiling and these arches and vaulted ceilings and put small brick ceilings over there. That would have brought that warmth and Mediterranean style back, and it would have contrasted so well. And then when you throw in the transitional decor with pop colors of, you know, art and furniture pieces, and you tie it up with oversized Mediterranean plants, it would have freaking looked like a resort. I do consulting. Link is in the description.
Well, and this is, you know what this is. Where the good times happen. All the sleeping. 8 hours.
I love her energy. She's so cool.
It's a lot of light that comes in the morning. It's perfect. I feel comfortable.
So chevron pattern floors. Again, I'm getting more of a French vibe over here. It does not, you know, architecturally go with the exterior at all. I like how she's kept it clean. I think the couches are really boring. Bed is really out of place. It just doesn't go again with the architectural style. Very soft elements.
I love fireplaces. Even though I live in California, I hate heaters. I can't have heaters on. So when it gets a little bit chilly in the winter, I prefer to put the fireplace. It's from the Waldorf Astoria in New York, and it was something special. The designer, O'Hara, and me wanted to bring into the room, and she found that.
Okay, I get it. Yeah, this fireplace goes with the whole cohesive design of this primary bedroom, which I think it's inspired by a French Parisian apartment. But what I don't get is Sofia remodeling this Mediterranean property to look like a Hampton beach house with a French twist. It's kind of like her bleaching her hair blonde and still speaking with a beautiful Spanish accent. It's just a mismatch. You can do it. It will be fun, but it's just not her.
So I was like in a little of a crossroads. It's either I'm gonna hate this house or I'm gonna love this house. What am I gonna do?
Did you hear that? This is fascinating. So the house was heavily Mediterranean in style, but maybe in her life she was going through something where those dark futures really turned her off towards the house. She bought this property for $26 million. I think she paid a little bit too much for it, for wanting to completely redo the property. And maybe something was going on in her personal life that she really desired this lighter look to lift her up. But again, I don't think this strategy would be really good for resale. And she's already admitted people are going to the kitchen. If you have a 20,000 square foot home, you should have 4 or 5 amazing hangout places where it just screams character, screams energy, where you want to go hang out in that each nook, spend time, read books, have drinks, right? It just doesn't have that.
And this is a little sitting area in the bedroom that is super practical because sometimes the bed is all perfect and I don't want to ruin it during the day. So what I do is that I ruin all this.
I'm sorry, but this just looks like a restoration hardware couch. Again, French looking vibe. I don't get it. I mean, I get this style, but I just not for this property. It doesn't fit. Can you guys spot the flaw? Look at this. This is the primary bathroom. Only one sink. It looks like one of those ready ones you buy from IKEA, right? Like he just bought one. It's not custom. And it looks pretty damn small for a primary bathroom.
And this is where I actually really live.
Oh my God. Look at this closet. This nails it. Look how organized it is and how many freaking shoes she has. I bet you that section where the color-coded dresses are, I bet you a few of them were just purchased to just perfect the color range spectrum of a rainbow, and she never wears it because that's like every single shade of rainbow done to the perfection. Okay, here's what I like about the property. I love the gated community, Beverly Park. It's one of the most prestigious, safest. There's crime is going through the roof in Los Angeles. And cohesive. There's no like $2-3 million homes in this gated community. It's all estates, so you will never have a bad comp. And it's also very close to the very fun areas where a lot of wealthy people like to hang out in. A lot of the other gated communities are farther away. And I also love the lot utilization for this property. I love the fact that it has a massive frontage, amazing side setbacks, and a huge backyard. Now, here are the things I don't like about the property. This one is west facing. In the northern hemisphere, you ideally want a south facing property that would guarantee the most amount of natural light coming through your windows during the most amount of hours in the day. The other thing that I don't like about this property is the fact that it's not actually in Beverly Hills. It has a Beverly Hills address, but it's actually in the city of Los Angeles. And that has two parts. You're not going to get the fire department or the police department of Beverly Hills, which is much better than Los Angeles. And you also have to pay an extra 5.5% mansion tax that LA requires all sales above $10 million to pay. So meaning after your commissions to your agents, you're going to pay 10% of the total sale amount in taxes, which is not ideal. I think the number one lesson here is that Mediterranean homes don't have to always be dark and sad. You could have a really fun Mediterranean home where it feels like a resort, feels refreshing, where every room has its own identity and character. And you can consult with me on that. The link is in the description. But if you want to see a European mansion, click over here and I'll see you guys in the comments. Thanks for watching.